Hey there, take a look at a glass of water for a second. It looks clear, clean, and still, right. But what if I told you that inside a single drop, there is actually a massive war going on? A jungle filled with millions of creatures, hunters, and prey. For thousands of years, humanity had no idea what caused diseases. We blamed evil spirits or bad air. Why? Because we couldn't see the enemy. Our eyes had a limit, and beyond that limit, nothing existed, or so we thought. But then, a simple fabric merchant, just trying to check the quality of his threads, accidentally kicked open the biggest door in human history. That was the day the invisible became visible. Today on Turning Point, we are zooming in on the discovery of the microscope. The moment we realized we are not alone, let's dive in. The story actually kicks off in the Netherlands in spectacle shops. A father and son duo, Hans and Zacharias Janssen, realized that if you stack lenses, things look bigger. But back then, it was just a toy, a novelty. The real turning point didn't come from a famous scientist. It came from a guy named Antony van Leeuwenhoek. And guess what? This guy was a fabric merchant. He was grinding his own lenses just to see the fibers of his carpets better. One day, instead of fabric, he decided to look at a drop of rainwater. And he was in shock. What he saw wasn't lifeless water. There were tiny creatures swimming, bumping into each other, living their lives. He called them animalcules, literally little animals. Just imagine that moment. You are the only person on Earth who knows this exists. You can't tell anyone because they'd think you're crazy. It was a lonely but mind-blowing discovery. Around the same time in England, another genius named Robert Hooke was looking at a piece of cork under a lens. He saw these tiny, box-like structures lined up next to each other. They reminded him of the small rooms monks lived in, so he named them cells. Yep, the word cell you learned in biology class. It started right there in the 1600s. But why did this change the world? Was it just curiosity? No. Because of this tool, we finally met our true enemies, germs. For centuries, people died of the plague or cholera without knowing why. The microscope showed us the culprits. Doctors finally understood why they needed to wash their hands. Without those lenses, modern medicine wouldn't exist. No vaccines, no antibiotics, nothing. Fast forward to today. From those simple, handheld lenses, we've moved to electron microscopes that can see actual atoms. If we can analyze a virus today to make a vaccine or decode our DNA to cure genetic diseases, it's all thanks to those curious eyes looking through a piece of glass centuries ago. While we were looking up at the sky searching for aliens, we realized that the most crowded, busiest universe was actually right under our noses, literally on our fingertips. Sometimes, my friends, the biggest changes come from the smallest things. Here at Turning Point, we'll keep looking at the events that shaped who we are. What do you think? If the microscope hadn't been invented, what would the world population be today? Let me know your theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into the micro world, smash that like button. I'll see you at the next Turning Point.